going on, bros? We're back after several months away. Let's not get into why the recordings have not been being uploaded. Well, maybe we'll do it throughout the video, but let's just get into some fights first. Richard mentioned me in a recent video saying he wished I would upload, and I said I would upload this week, and now it's like 6 days later, so I really need to get my ass into gear. I really don't like it when people commit to things like that and then just don't do it, so I'm not going to be one of them, brother. Even if it is 1 day late, it's coming. So this doesn't look like a... Oh yeah, sorry, High Impulse gave me this team, and it is a double weather team. I always have a lot of fun using Chlorophyll Venusaur, so hopefully we'll have fun today. But this guy is a Chansey, which is going to put a stop to most of the fun I was hoping to have. He is pretty weak to my Coballin set. Not really, not really. So this is some spike stack, well, hazard stack thing. And that is going to be extremely awkward, but he is quite weak to Bandititar, as every team is, so that's sick. Let's lead Aruni with the Zardaruni, because he has no real reason to, you know, fear that. He has the Chansey, so I don't think he would do anything crazy. So he leads with this. And the worst he can do is T-Spike, and I have that thing that absorbs them. So it's going to go for a Flamethrower here to... well, getting the Mega off doesn't really matter, but this should still do. Yeah, 31 is okay, and he has Mirror Coat, so cat's out of the bag. I'm just going to roost that shit off. And he's probably just going to go for T-Spikes here, but like it's fine, I have Venusaur. So I guess Venusaur is the play here, or we could just go into Slow Plop. Get it in on one layer. I might not even need to let Slowbro get statused in this game, so I'm not going to do that, as he gets the... No Skull Burn. So Giga Drain will... Yeah, I'm just going to Giga Drain here. It'll suck up the Ooze, which is sad, but it will do a lot of damage, and this thing is annoying. So, yeah, good to see Mirror Coat Tentacruel getting a kill. This is a very cool Pokemon, in my opinion. Well, not really, but like it's a cool Tentacruel set, and he should be using it. So into Mythos Goody, and I think I might just pursue this here. I don't know whether he'd switch, like he might just go for... Okay, cool. So we kill that, and what I've learned from watching Amir use this team is that you need to play like a madman, and it will work. So yeah, just don't try too hard to predict shit, just do that kind of shit. This isn't how to speak, I'm sorry, I'll learn in time. So let's go into Roasted immediately, expecting maybe a Toxic, because he's using, like, okay, this goes right for Swords Dance, that's totally fine. Flamethrower is going to cook him into the next dimension. Well, it's not going to kill, but, like, it'll do 1,000,000. So yeah, it makes the safe play into Chansey. That actually does 25, which is impressive. Excadrill is a fine switch into this, but fuck it, we're just going straight into Bandititar and getting more work done. So he does go for the Tox there, not expecting the Excadrill, and I'm just going to go for Superpower here, expecting him to maybe fear the Pursuit because I showed it before, and there it is, Zardwai Banditar, unbeatable as always. So now Mega Metagross can come in, I guess, but I have Slowbro and Cobalion, so how much work is it really doing? I'm just going to go into Slow Plop here, and if it goes south, I can always just bail myself out with, oh, he does go for the T-Punch there, but that doesn't do half, so no problem. So yeah, I'm just going to hit this with the Wave, I guess, as he goes to cure him. That's fine, getting this thing waved is great in case it was scarfed or not. So I think I'm just going to go into my Cobalion here and get rocks up. Slowbro is obviously going to be important for the Metagross. And all of that, he might go for Earth Power, because it's... Yeah, Earth Power is a pretty good play, I think, but I have Balloon on this, I just remembered. And the world may never know what he went for because of the highly balanced nature of Paralysis. So, he's going to throw rocks up here. Skarm is probably the safe play, and that's what he does. This is a great chance to get the Menace back in, and at this point, everything is just going to get roasted. So he does get up a Spike, and he's obviously thinking this is going to be a fairly long game, but I think it's going to be quite short. So that happens, he just whirlwinds his problems away. This is fine, I get this thing, I can just go for the HP Ice in case he tries to save this. Perhaps shouldn't have let the cat out of the bag, but I actually think this kind of just wins. So yep, this comes in. Slowbro is not exactly a switch-in at this point. Hammer Arm isn't going to kill me though at the same time, but I would like to keep my Loon. Skip, skip, skip to my Loon. So he just go right for Meteor Mash, okay. And doesn't get the boost, thankfully. I'm going to go for the Wave again in case he goes for the crit Thunder Punch, which he does, and he gets waved. So now everything just gets Flamethrower and dies. So I think that is the game, as Taz agrees, and that is how many points I have, because I actually haven't played OU in 3 months. So, yeah, what's been going on? The internet in Sydney has been unbearable for a large amount of the last 3 months, and even when it, like, got better, I was just mono-flying. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Let's see what we can do. So, Venus... This team actually sucks against some of the things that he has, and the flying... Well, I don't have T-Tar. T-Tar's going to be the thing that's important, and... Sadly, he has Skarm. I think Kobusak. Yeah, getting rocks up is going to be important, so let's just try and do that straight away. He leads with Starcraptor. I doubt CC is going to... Yeah, it's Scarf, of course, so that's not going to do anything. So I'm just going to get rocks up and then switch into Slowbro, which is quite predictable, but he does double into Skarm. Okay, pretty safe double. This might be his Defogger. I'm just going to go for a Scald here. Yep, goes for Defog, so of course Scald has the chance to burn. And there it is. This is important for his Talonflame, but his thing is really important for my Excadrill, so Excadrill and Sand can do a lot of work now, which is grand. I'm going to go into Mythgoody here, and I maybe shouldn't have done this, because if he does, yeah, that's going to deal some damage, and that's bad. But now something dies to Stone Edge, and I'm not sure that Crunch would kill... Yeah, okay, so we get 2 chances here. We have fucked up the first one, but we have capitalized on the second one. So, yep, T-Tar getting a kill. I actually don't regret the play of switching into Zapdos, because I can't really switch this into anything else. What I've done, though, is I've opened myself up to Hawlucha a wee bit. Very much expecting a U-turn here, but I don't think I can kill Zapdos without this. So, the same time... what's my mid-ground? I don't really have a mid-ground, do I? Why did he do this? Like, U-turn doesn't kill. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this so I can switch it into Zapdos a bunch more times. I'm gonna go into Zard here, because it's going to be more of a... Yep, good. So it resists U-turn and CC, and it's going to be more of a threat to the stuff he brings in, whereas if I go to Slowbro, it's going to, like, let Zapdos in, and that would be a little bit menace. So in comes his Talonflame, and he has leftovers, which suggests that he's Swords Dance or Will-O-Wisp. I should just be able to go into Slowbro pretty easily here and go for another Scald. What else? Okay, straight for Brave Bird, that does absolutely nothing. And Scald is going to be fine for me this turn. If I burn the Zapdos, that would be fantastic, of course. So he goes into Taunt. It's a great switch into everything. If you're ever in a tough position, you just switch this into whatever your problematic Pokemon is. So he's probably going to knock me off here. I mean, I do have Zard to switch in. He is Assault Vest based on that Scald damage, so I think Zard is relatively safe. U-turn doesn't make sense yet. He goes for knockoff, good stuff, and I can just go for Flamethrower. I don't think... Actually, Hurricane might 2 KO from here, but it also only has 50% AC in Sun, so yeah, he's not too likely to come out of that in an advantageous posse. So yeah, he's going to U-turn into his likely Spadef Talonflame here, based on the Brave Bird doing 22 to Slowbro. Yep, that is especially defensive. And he's probably going for Willow here, but like Slowbro does need to get burnt eventually to deal with this. And he actually doubles into Torn, which is a play I can get behind. And he should U-turn here, I think, because he wants to get regen on this, and I guess knockoff is still fair, kind of, because he can always just U-turn into Talonflame if I go into Zard, so yeah. But I'm just going to go for Psyshock because Sun is up, so I'd rather just get like extra damage if he stays in. And his switch in is actually Talonflame there, which I guess is understandable. This Pokemon is quite broken. I think it's about time to just slow that down. Slow that threat down a little bit. This will make him even more troubled by T-Tar later, so that's great. Because he can't, like, stay in and wisp me just knowing he'll outspeed. So Staraptor is the Slowbro switch in at this point, and that's totally fine with me. This can't really do anything to me. Yeah, U-turn. It's weak. It should be Banded. Banded Staraptor is so much more fun. So, in a roundabout way, Zapdos makes its way onto the field, and it doesn't get burnt again! Which is completely fine. So what would anybody like to eat? I actually need to get rocks. I'm going to go into drill rock. This was impulsive and bad play, but it works out. So we can just rock slide this now. He has, of course, no rock resists. That actually did 1,000,000 for like AV drill, and we get the flinch. Is this pressure? No. So I don't want to risk a When did it come in? So okay, it's not pressure, so it could static me, which is why I'm going for the non-contact move in Rock Slide there. So, I need to get rocks up as soon... Okay, it's here. It's here. I do have Slowbro, thankfully, but I'm going to go for Iron Head. He does go immediately for Swords Dance, and that does 67. Okay. So... I think I need to sack here, as he does go for High Jump Kick. Fine. Into Slowbro, he can't really damage me too much. I guess if he's Sky Attack, which he isn't, that would be a bit annoying. He's going to go for Sub there for no reason. Good to see. You know how much I love Substitute if you've been following my Ranbat series, so yeah, that doesn't do too much, and he dies. A few other people... speaking is hard sometimes. I think I might just sack Venusaur here to get some regen. I don't want to risk a Brave Bird crit. Plop! He goes for Double Edge, actually, which is weird because you just let me go into stuff that resists flying like this. So we can get up Pops at this point, and then Slowbro should essentially just win. If not, I have T-Tar as well, so yeah, I think we're good here. Is he going to die to recoil? I doubt it, so I think I'm going to go to slow... Well then... Yeah, let's go to Slowbro here to make him die to recoil, because I need to get a bit more... need to send in something with more HP to make him die to the recoil. So in comes Torrentee. I am going to go into Kobusak. Get the sneaky Justified boost as he misses Hurricane. Good. Let's just Iron Head this. Focus Blast is going to kill me, of course. I will go into my Zard, and Flamethrower will smoke something. He can still, yeah, use Talonflame because of Gale Wings, so I think... Which is that doing? 34. I'm just going to go straight into T-Tar here, that seems really safe. And then I think Crunch will kill this from there, so let's just go for that. Gets fully paralyzed, so it doesn't really matter. Like, he was going for Roost, which wouldn't have helped him too much, and Zard should just win now, so he misses Focus Blast. Could have mattered if he got Confusions on Zard, but we take those. I've been gone 3 months. I'm trying to think of stuff that I need to say about that. I was feeling a little bit shit for a bit of that time. Like, I sort of wanted to upload, but I was just feeling a bit shit. We get a ladder tournament guy here, so that's fun. His team looks really interesting. Venusaur Victini is something that WeCamers Robins used a while ago, so nice one. I imagine this guy's own team, though, because it looks very weird. His Zard switch in is Victini, so I'll need to abuse that as much as possible. But for leads, I think we will just go with T-Tar. I don't really know why. I guess because I'm expecting Victini. This actually looks like Stealth Rock Excadrill, which is quite interesting. Going to go into Slow Plop, not wanting to take a stab move from this on T-Tar. So yeah, he goes for Rock Slide, which is weird there. I guess he was predicting Charizard, which is, yeah, very questionable. So nothing wants a burn. The Scald is a great... Okay, straight into Bishop. Burn him. Good. Good. And we do actually have the Great Bishop counter, but a double into Victini seems a little bit hot here, so I'm actually just going to Scald again. No, I'm not worried about Coballin, but whatever, we kill the Bishop. The burn, of course, gave me the freedom to make that play, but Yeah, well played by me in my opinion, because doubling the Victini would have, okay, he brings it in. I'm gonna go to Coballin here, expecting either a Bolt Strike or a U-turn. We do lose the balloon. Don't paralyze me, please. Thank you. And now I will just get up my plops as he goes straight into Zapdos. So this might be a defogger, but his Excadrill looks kind of scarfed. So I'm not too sure. Mr. Scooty is pretty safe here. And he just goes for Heat Wave, that's fine. Doesn't BN me, and now I will just go for Crunch, I guess. Okay, so this is his defogger. I hope this is, it is pressure, that's great. Okay, so he is going to die this turn, or his Azumarill is going to take a million, and I do have Venusaur to, okay, that is not a Dark Resist at all, so, goodbye Excadrill. And I imagine Azumarill will come in here. Venusaur's a pretty great check to it. I don't necessarily want to switch straight in, but I want to switch in, yeah, I wanted enough to just do it. So here goes Belly Drum. Maybe with a crit he can kill me, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Giga Drain would just annihilate this. Goodbye. A Lombardy Poplar is a tree, and I was working with my parents quite a bit in the last week, so I saw that and recognized the chance for a Plop nickname and took that with both hands. So that's actually a 2 KO, that's insane. He gets a Chris on me, but as long as I get this roll, I'll be totally fine with this exchange. So come on, Lombardy Plopla, let's get it done. He is not going to risk it, he's just going to let his other healthy thing take damage. That kind of looks like it's a Salt Vest. So the Omari P favorite is spreading. Where's my thing that outspeed? Why is this team so slow? Okay, so what I need to just kill this and then Zard wins. So let's throw Slowplop in. I don't need it for anything, and it might bait him into going for Bolt Strike, which will be a nice sneaky option for me. Yep, good. So if he doesn't paralyze me, oh shit! Okay, so he should die to that plus the poison, and this does give his Venusaur a chance to heal, but I think Zard should be... he goes to Zapdos instead. So this is fine, I can just go straight into T-Tar. Hit that edge button, as he does just go straight for the great move. And I'm actually just going to crunch here. Yep, discharge, no para, sick. His Venusaur will probably outspeed this. I think you need like 16 EVs to hit 200, might be 20. He doesn't have any speed EVs! So, I don't think we'll be seeing that guy in playoffs. Oh yeah, I've been trying to think of videos to make because this looks like a familiar team. Rank the Bumblebee boy. Okay, it looks familiar. This looks like a strong team. But yeah, I've been trying to think of some other videos to make because ORAS OU is just not fun to me at all anymore. Although this has been fun so far. So, Rock's important as always. Leading with Zard seems pretty great. Yeah, he leads with this, so this is sick. I just force in his Lalin Flame. I could just go straight to... let's just click Flamethrower, fuck it. Click it. He could be Mega Slowbro, I guess. Oh wow, Seller Problem. Yeah, I've definitely seen this team before. This should take a million. Nice play there, though, scouting for which Zard I am. I really expect the Talon to come in here, though, so I'm going to go into my T-Tar. And he does go into his Jimmy Talon, good name. And I'm going to, of course, go for the edge here because he might just stay into BN me. But alas, this game is good. Okay, so gonna go into Zard here. It's so crazy. That would have... If he Rock Blasts, then good on him, because he's taken advantage of a situation that he shouldn't have had. And he goes for Pin Missile 6, so we can just go for Flamethrower again here. I'm not going to make the T-Tar double too many times, because he will, it's going to double Flamethrower here, expecting him to either Wisp or double to Heracross, as he does go for Wisp. That's fine. Now we get in with Scooty on the Roost, as he goes for Roost. And now we're just going to go for Edge again, I think, as he switches into Heracross. Woo! And yeah, so without the Mega Bulk, he would have just straight up died. But He straight up died, and yeah, I'm fine with that. His Heracross did almost nothing, and I have like 0 switch-ins for it, so sick. But yeah, I've been trying to think of some videos to make that aren't me playing ORAS OU, so one idea I had was making like a sort of, not a guide, because I don't think I was like that successful or prolific of a tournament player, but OLT 3 is starting soon, and I think there'll be a lot of like fresh meat in the tournament scene, so I wanted to make some kind of tips and tricks to succeed in Smogon tournaments video. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I don't want to make myself out to be like better than I am, because I only played like one individual tournament, which was the first OLT, and then I played like 8 games in team tournaments, and I was pretty successful for like someone new. So yeah, I just want to give a few little tips to the new players if anyone is interested in that, so let me know if you are. If I lead with thing, I kind of expose myself to Dragalge a lot, but fuck it, eh? So this can't kill me, I'm just going to go for Solar Beam. He should switch into Dragalge or Snorlax, but if he wants to trade here, I'm fine with that. Because he has Celebi to completely wall Slowbro, so Slowbro's never going to be countering this reliably, because he'll always have a great switch into it. So goodbye Keldeo, and now I'm so weak to Sizz. Alright, he goes to Snorlax, so I could roost on this. I think I'm going to roost on Celebi later, but might have the good move. Might have T-Wave. I think there's actually a good chance that just get up rocks. Oh, he's Pursuit Blacks, okay. Fair enough. That runs... It's probably Choice Band if it has Pursuit. But that thing I had, that Zard, runs... I'm just going to Pursuit him right back here. He could always be Assault Vest, I suppose, in which case he might have Earthquake, but yeah, cool. So we deal like hardly any damage there. Lando's probably coming in, and I do have Slowbro here. Without Zard, though, I'm going to struggle with Celebi, although Venusaur kind of does a lot of work to his team. This will give me a chance to get up rocks here after he U-turns, so we'll just go for Scald to gauge damage on Celebi, I guess. As, yeah, he goes Celebi, of course. And he might have B-Pass, I don't know, this could easily be Nasty Pass. Or even Swords Dance, no, Nasty Plot Pass makes way more sense on this team. But yeah, just going to switch into Coballin. If he goes for B-Pass, he doesn't actually have that much for this. So yeah, he goes right for Nasty Plot. How much are rocks really get? Yeah, I'm just going to Iron Head this for some damage here. That does absolutely 0. I do get the flinch though, thankfully, so getting rewarded for that. And I think I'm just going to go for another Flincharoonie here, because this thing's actually looking like a giant threat. And now I think we just lose. So let's just throw the fucking rocks up and hope he B-passes into Dragalge. It will take a long time for him to kill stuff with this, because it's probably mono-attacking Giga... Yeah, there it is. That actually does like a third, though, so that's pretty bad. For me, so what can I really do? I guess I have Venusaur. He's not going to have Psychic on that, because he would have used it there, I think. Unless he was predicting T-Tar, but that's pretty wild. I mean, if he has it, then I'm fucked here. Okay, he plots again. He looks like he's really, really fat. Okay, he's faster. That's bad. So in comes +4 Dragalge. I'm not prepared for this. So Draco is going to kill something. That's just it. How am I dealing with Sizz? Like, well, I needed Zard so much this game. Cobalion looks really useful. It's definitely useful. Slowbro is kind of... Slowbro is relatively useless, but I'm going to lose a lot of Pokemon to Earthquake if I sack it. So I think we're going to go to T-Tar... Fuck. Fuck! Because if I go to T-Tar... Oh my god. Let's go to Excadrill. If it dies, it deserves to die. I think Draco is definitely the best play here. And even Assault Vestral just dies. Just completely fucking dead. So we can go into Mythricudi here and just hit that crunch button, I guess. He shouldn't switch in my... I don't think he should switch. Because he's got his boosts, so I can always Pursuit him, and he doesn't really have a good Dark Resist and all of that. But he does He actually goes to Sizz, which is fantastic for me. He takes 64, so he's probably offensive. Tyranitar, Choice, Banderino, Scizor, Bulky Sword Stance. Okay, he's bulky, so he's probably slower than me, so I'm just going to try to get the 2 KO here with Crunch. That shouldn't... Okay, excellent. So that was the thing I couldn't deal with at all. My check to that was regular Venusaur with HP Fire, so if he set up a Sword Stance, I just lost, but thankfully his Foresight was lacking. But yeah, he still has the very potent threat of Celebi and Dragalge, but I think with Scizor dead, there's definitely a chance in this game. So yeah, just goes to the sensible U-turn there, and Celebi comes back in. So I'll need to pay attention to sand turns here. It's going to go right into Venusaur. Yeah, Venusaur seems pretty much fine, as he is going to go for the B-Pass immediately. Okay. That's interesting. It's pretty interesting. So if Drag is back in, this is probably Specs. T-Tar's not really taking this hit. But it might be the best sack at the same time. Yeah, well, sack T-Tar here. Yeah, if he goes for Sludge Wave, maybe. He actually Focus Blast there, which makes 0 sense. So this is dying now. Bye! And now he doesn't have any... He doesn't really have breakers left. But he doesn't have any switch-ins for Venusaur either, so I think we're okay here. It makes more sense to sack this here to the U-turn, and then I just get initiative against his team, which is sick. And my Coballin is faster than his Celebi, so he might not want to switch. He's probably going to Snorlax here. Oh, maybe he'd go to Celebi, but I don't think he'd want to just let Venusaur in, so I feel that Snorlax is a smarter play. And he does go to Snorlax, so in comes Kobusak. And I think I'm going to go for HP Ice. No, that doesn't make any sense. Let's just go for CC. He shouldn't even keep this. But he might switch to Lando, but... I don't know. I think I need to go for CC. Alright, Lando comes in. 53. It just needs to kill Cobalion. It needs to kill. I believe in you. Bye! And now we just have to worry about that bastard Celebi, and I may actually need to keep... Well, Snorlax is at like 24, so... Okay, he forfeits. Good. And goodbye. 20... I feel like I've been going for longer than this. I did actually try recording yesterday with Richard's mono fighting team, and I thought the best place to do that would be at the bottom of the ladder on a fresh ult, the Canadian Y-Fighter. But it wasn't actually that much fun. I just threw that recording away, and then I tried doing some Ranbats, but it was shit. So this is going a lot better. This has been fun. I don't want to see Heatran, like Zard and Venusaur both hate facing Heatran, but I do have the T-Tar, so it's not the worst. So Pyria can be a bit annoying, especially with his Zard. Like Zard should shit on him, but he has Heatran, so it's always going to be a prediction. Doesn't have great T-Tar switch-ins, nobody does. Cobalion seems like a pretty good lead, although if he leads with Conk it's going to be a bit hot, but I have Slowbro for that, so maybe it's whatever. Let's lead with this. Leads with Thundurus. Oh, I see. I don't seem to have any Focus Blast switch-ins. Do I just go for the dodge in that case, or like what am I meant to do? What the fuck can I even do? Let's just get this. Let's just get the rocks up. Okay, we got some blue with a Lando, which makes sense. People use these teams with Garchomp and then they just have nothing for Excadrill. So Zard basically wins. Let's lead with it. He leads with... Okay, time for something to die! I could double to T-Tar here, but it's just never really worth it. This could be Scarf Heracross, which would be really arse, but his only Dragon Resist is Metagross, so it should be Mega Metagross. So in comes Laddie. Sensible play there. And I don't think he can kill me with anything. I'm just going to go for a crazy Flamethrower here. Expecting maybe a double. Goodbye. And, nice. Nice, nice, nice. So back in comes this. Gonna go for Roost here, expecting the Draco as he yubbles into Keldeo, and now we can just go into Slow Plop. I thought he would double again there, trying to get one back. He just goes for sub. So we know now that this is a great player. Let's just Psyshock again. I don't want to mess around with sub. So he does get the burn straight away, which is great. Now he can sub to Burn Stormy, which is just sick. This being burnt is also arse because this was my Metagross counter, but oh well, maybe I should have just stayed in and Solar Beamed, but he would have been able to sub until Sun went away, so there is that to consider. Excadrill is of course the switch in here, as he doubles to Metagross. I don't think he would stay in when he has Land OT, especially when he's going to be faster. I don't really have a middle ground play. I guess Coballin is probably... no, it's not it at all. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Coballin here expecting... oh, he stayed in. No, he's AV, okay. Yep, sorry, I thought he was Mega Metagross, but yeah, this double works out really well, because he's not gonna expect the HP Ice here. And I have a balloon in case he, goes for, like... I have a balloon in case he doesn't go for... whatever. I have a balloon, so I'm safe from Earthquake. Let's not try too hard to explain this turn. Good. Oh, I got an ult on the Ranbat's ladder with 90%. This guy has 89 now, that's pretty impressive, but it's not quite as impressive as Duskplops with the 90 GXE. Yum, that is something I have wanted to do for a little bit. So he just U-turns out, sick, breaks the balloon, in comes probably Keldeo. He goes to Metagross, actually. I'm going to get rocks here, I don't really need Coballin. I guess it's important-ish for Kyurem, but this can't like hurt me too badly. Yeah, it just goes for Earthquake and that does nothing. So Slowbro should be pretty much fine here, but yeah, I don't actually need Slowbro for 2. Well, I do need it for Keld, kind of, but whatever. So if you need to play faster, please. This is extremely frustrating when people play slowly. It might be the internet, but the internet's seeming... I'm actually in the country at my parents' place, but the internet is usually... it's like really slow, but once it's connected to the site, it's fine most of the time. So he makes a sick double into Coballin there. Obviously not worried about me just CCing for damage. So let's go for... does Psyshock break the sub? Let's try. Okay, goes for E-Power, expecting T-Tar maybe, or... is this... it might be AV Kyurem, I don't know. So... this shouldn't be a 2-hit KO on T-Tar. He actually doubles to Laddie there, so that works for me. And everything dies to Crunch, so he goes for Roost and dies. So Lando's probably coming in. If he goes to Metagross, I might just stay in, because I probably... okay, he goes to Keldeo. He can't sub, which is nice. I could actually go to Zard here. No, let's just win with Zard in a few turns. I'm gonna go to Venusaur here, because I want to keep Slowbro a bit healthy so I can have it to switch into Earthquakes. And I'm just gonna go for... Giga... he's probably going to Metagross, but I think Giga Drain is... there's no way he stays in. Staying in would just be stupid. Let's double to Zard here, expecting, like, any switch. His Kyurem is Earth Power, so it's probably not Scarf. But it could be. I think he'd go to Metagross here, that just makes easily the most sense. We catch him with our sick double, and now something dies to Flamethrower. Yep, sick, and I think we're just going to stop there. This is not going to be like the beginning of a resurgence for my channel. We got like 150 points in this live. That was so easy. But yeah, I'm not feeling that good about ORAS OU. It's like, I'll go to build a team and I'll put like one Pokemon in, and then I'll just maybe 3 Pokemon. Like, I haven't finished a team in the longest time. It's just hasn't been enjoyable. And I'm not feeling like, it's not like I'm expecting it to improve with Sun and Moon. I'm not really hyped for Sun and Moon. Although I'll definitely buy it and play it, but it's not like, oh, please just get me through 2 months so we can have a new metagame. I don't even feel positive about Sun and Moon, but yeah, this was meant to be a fun video. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun watching. I haven't done this in so long. I feel like I should talk to you about some other stuff and things. What else happened? Penrith Panthers, if any of you follow the National Rugby League in Australia, Penrith beat the Bulldogs, and I really don't like the Bulldogs, so now they're out of the competition because it's into the finals, or playoffs, as you Americans would say. So yep, good on Penrith for beating the Bulldogs. If you're a Bulldogs supporter, then I'm not sorry if I offended you. This team was fun. Thank you, High Impulse, for passing me this team. I know it was a difficult decision for you to part with one of the best ORAS teams you've made, but I thank you once again for gracing me with this team. Oh yeah, Ox the Fox. He actually qualified for OLT, which is really cool. He's one of my good friends from this site, and he made a Zabwai, Venusaur, Tita, Excadrill team during the Mega Metagross Suspect, I think, so like well over a year ago. And we just couldn't, I sort of tried to help him with it, but we just could never get these last 2 slots right, because it was either really weak to Keldeo, or like it didn't have a proper fairy resist, or I think it's probably really weak to Bisharp too. But like Scarftar was the only check. But yeah, I was, when I saw Amir using this team, he was kind of like joking, saying it was really good, but I thought it was a really clever way to get around all of the many problems that a Zabwai, Venusaur, T-Tar team would have. So Slowbro like deals with Keldeo well, and this is like the best Bisharp switch there is. Although it doesn't have recovery, which of course makes it a bit less good, but like Bisharp can only 5-hit KO it or something. That's probably underestimating Bisharp. Let's go with a 4-hit KO. But yeah, and AV Excadrill just gives you like a better Fairy and Dragon switch in, so that's cool. But yeah, thank you for sticking around if you have. Let me know whether you want to see that tournament, like it's sort of like the difference between or transitioning from the ladder to tournament play, and most of it's probably really obvious and intuitive, but if I can help some of the newer tournament people, that would be nice, and if you want that, let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time, but don't expect it to be too soon, because I don't build teams anymore and this game sucks. So yeah, thanks again, and goodbye. Oh, and let me know what any other videos you'd like to see, and I don't want to play that Agar game again. That's just awkward as hell to commentate, and it's not that fun. Like, it's fun for a minute, but it's not fun to play regularly. But yeah, if you have any other ideas, like, I'd love to do some informative videos. Just sadly, I haven't played this game much at all lately, so I don't think I'd be in a position to make any tutorials or guides if I ever was in a position to do them. Like, I don't think I've ever been a great top tier player, but yeah, if you have any suggestions, like, if you want to see me just explain shit, like, I love teaching people stuff, so if you're just like, Tom, how does a stomate work? I'll tell you how a stomate works. And that's like this is from like year 11 biology, but that's like these pore things that plants have on their leaves, and they open and close depending on how intense the sunlight is and how much water is in the air, and it's like a way for them to conserve water mainly. Way for the plants to do that. So yep, if you want to just leave, we can just do some Q&A shit, like you just ask any question that's not personal, because I don't want to like open my personal life up too much to the internet. But yeah, just ask me some questions about science, and I'll be happy to attempt to explain them to you. It's it's well and truly time to end this video. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to me if you did. And I still like you even if you closed the video ages ago, but this is a good way to reward those who have watched until the end, because those people who closed it early will not know that I still like them. Goodbye.